Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, I'm going to bring you guys the gospel of muscle building. 6 truths that you need to remember. These truths will never die. Before I get into that topic, if you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. The best topic ideas I turn into videos just like this. Check out the link down below to micro coaching. It is the Massive Iron Insider. It's only $24.99 a month. You get to work with me through my app, through my forum. You get private articles, you get private live videos, all kinds of good stuff. All right, so I was discussing with a client just how difficult muscle building is, and it is. Most people never build the amount of muscle that they're eager to build. They never get there. Honestly, most people never get close to their goals. They come to me and they have a specific ideal that they want to reach, and I kind of give them a path. But outside of my clients, just in the general world, most men and women never get to the degree of muscularity that they're after. And here's why. I'm going to give you 6 truths that will never die. If you pay attention to this advice, you will have some insight as to what it takes in the long run to build muscle. Number 1. It's a lot harder than you could ever imagine. Let me stress that. It's a lot harder than you could ever imagine. I didn't say complex, right? I didn't say it's some kind of magic combination lock that you need to work on over the years, some kind of a puzzle. It's simply hard. It's hard because it requires the things I'm about to get into for a long period of time. All right, number 2, it takes longer than you could imagine. All these quick fixes, all these little attempts at shortcuts, program tweaks and program hopping and all the bullshit. What you need to understand is muscle building takes a lot longer than you could imagine. In a perfect world, I could see somebody nailing a lot of muscle mass in 2 to 3 years. I did it myself. If I had somebody that sat in this gym with me and I trained them properly and they ate what I told them to eat and they lifted consistently, didn't miss workouts, they would get there. 3 to 4 years, 3 to 5 years, they'd be capped out. But still, that's a long time. That's a long time. I got a client that was talking about pull-ups this morning. And I said, hey man, just relax. Try to focus on adding 5 pull-up reps a year. That doesn't seem like a lot. That's a lot of investment, a lot of time investment for just 5 reps a year, but that's 15 reps on a set over 3 years. And after the end of 3, 4, 5 years, you're going to be a beast. That's how muscle building works. It takes time. You have to lay a brick every single day. There's no shortcut. And sometimes after you're 2 or 3 years in, adding 1 rep to a set once a month is about all you're going to get. It can be frustrating if you don't enjoy the process and just embrace the journey. Number 3, it takes more precision and more consistency than you could imagine. More precision and more consistency than you could imagine. The consistency part, you got to be consistent for a long period of time, not just with your workouts, but with your diet. That's a big area where people fumble the ball. They aren't consistent with their diet. They don't know what they're eating day to day. You don't have to micromanage calories when you're building muscle. This isn't a cutting diet, and you're not getting ready for a bodybuilding competition, but you need to have some reasonable understanding of what is going in your gape hole, what is going in your pie hole, what are the calories and what is the protein at minimum. You need to have targets every day. And you need to be able to look back at the end of the day and say, I hit my targets. That is consistency and precision. You need a relative degree of precision. Precision can be ported over to your workouts. You need to have very precise, focused workouts. You need to have a plan. You need to follow through on that plan. Precision is going into the gym with a plan and following through with the plan. It's going in with a quality workout and then attacking that workout. You need precision and you need consistency and a lot more than you could imagine. over 3, 4, 5 years, all these little times that you take away from the gym, miss workouts, do half-ass workouts, don't nail your nutrition, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This lack of precision, this lack of consistency adds up, and it continues to push you back. You take 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. You're working against yourself. You're your own worst enemy. All right. Number 4, it takes more mental strength than you could ever imagine. This is a big one. So many guys get to that point, and women get to that point where they're starting to feel challenged by the weight. The weight feels heavy. The deadlift feels heavy. Had a client yesterday who was deadlifting, 275 for 5 sets of 5. And he's like, man, it starts to feel heavy. I'm going to have to slow down. No, that's not how it works. It feels heavy because it is heavy. But just because it feels heavy doesn't mean you can't lift 5 more pounds next week. How you feel doesn't matter. This is muscle and strength building. You don't go in and say, I feel like I could or couldn't do something next week. Fuck that. Fuck that. You go into the gym and you test yourself. You push yourself. Just because you did 275 for 5x5 this weekend, it feels heavy. Therefore, I should slow down next week. Fuck that. We have to keep good form. We have to make sure we don't get injured. We have to practice safe sets. Yes, all that kind of stuff. But you don't determine based on this week how things are going to happen next week. You go into the gym and you give your best damn effort. If you did 275 by 5x5 this week on deads and it felt fucking heavy, who gives a shit? You go in there next week and you put 280 on the bar and you see how things go. And you push yourself safely for as much as your body will give on that day. That's how it works. That is mental strength. You don't get to go, well, I did 3 sets of 8 on curls, and boy, that felt heavy. I'm not going to try to go up in weight next week. Fuck that. Fuck that. That's not how it works. That is not how it works. That's copping out. That's quitting. That's pulling the parachute when you're 10 feet off the fucking ground. Don't do that. Mental strength. It feels heavy. Who gives a shit? Go into the gym and do what the plan calls for safely. Take safely what the body will give. Don't predetermine based on this week what's going to happen next week. I don't care if you, I'm getting all fired up here. I don't care if you're squatting 315 pounds this week and it felt like you're going to shit out a fucking brick out of your ass. It felt like you're squeezing toothpaste and your eyeballs exploded and you just have nothing left. But you got 6 reps, right? You got 6 reps, but you just felt like, man, I'm never going to do that again. There's no way I could do that with 320. 315 just laid me flat. I got 315 by 6, but there's no way I could ever do 315 or 320 by 5 next week. No way. That attitude is an attitude of failure. That attitude is not mental strength. That attitude is preventing you from building muscle. You go in the following week not with a predetermined idea. I'm going to stick with 315 because it felt hard. No shit, it felt hard. It's fucking 315 pounds. That doesn't mean you can't do 320. You go in the next week, you do 320, you practice safe sets in good form, and you do what you can. All right, number 5. Muscle building takes more volume than you could imagine. Don't get excited. I'm not telling you to do a high volume program, okay? I'm telling you to do a good quality amount of volume that's not wasted volume. That's not crap sets. If you take the right amount of volume, whatever that happens to be per workout, 15 to 18 working sets per workout or somewhere in that range, and you push that hard, you don't have any junk volume, that's going to feel difficult. That is going to feel challenging. You could even do a little bit more volume than that. I was just talking to a client today about the old school bodybuilding magazines, BFit, and the bodybuilding, the Weider Way, and outside of all the bro crap nonsense, these guys were busting nuts in the gym. They were training hard, overload. They were training hard with volume. Wherever you're at now, your program's probably filled with about 50% junk sets. Just a bunch of wasted, light front lateral raises and fluffy poo-poo bullshit with nipple twists and all that kind of horse shit. That's not the way the old schoolers did it. That's not the way I do it, and that's not the way to build muscle. You need a quality amount of volume that is not wasted. You're not wasting your sets. You don't have junk volume. So you need a little bit more volume than you could imagine. But not just that, that volume you're going to be working very, very hard at week in and week out. All right, number 6. It takes more strength than you could imagine. If you think it doesn't, you're lying to yourself. If you think you don't need a lot more strength than you have right now, you're lying to yourself. I have been with them all in the gym. I have been with them all. All the people you see on YouTube, all the YouTube salaries, all the big name bodybuilders, Olympians, top level powerlifters, whatever. The guys that have a lot of muscle mass are strong as fuck. Doesn't matter their body weight. Relative to their body weight, they're strong as fuck. Alan Roberts, strong as fuck. I remember 8-10 years ago, I went to film Mr. North Carolina. That dude was strong as fuck. Then I went the next day and started driving over to Minnesota. I was filming Mr. Minnesota a few days later for Muscle and Strength. Guess what? That guy was strong as fuck. These are natural lifters, boys and girls. These are natural lifters. If you want to get big, you need to get strong as fuck. So let me recap. 6 truths that never die. It's a lot harder than you could imagine. It takes a lot longer than you could imagine. It takes much more precision and consistency than you could imagine. It takes more mental strength than you could imagine. It takes more volume than you could imagine. It takes more strength, overall strength than you could imagine. But here's the good news. You are a lot stronger than you could imagine. You are. If I can do it, you can do it as well. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. If you made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. I'm losing my voice again. And have a great day. That's what you get for just yelling for 12 straight minutes.